Hi YouTubers, welcome again to my channel Tech World. So today I'm bringing you another cooking video. The video today that I'm doing is quite special. I've seen this type of chicken made several different ways. I'm gonna give you guys another alternative on how to make butter chicken, and to make it without all the special ingredients. And I'll show you what I have, and I'll also put in instructions below. So for today's recipe, I'm making Guyanese version of butter chicken using some of Guyanese ingredients as well as ingredients that will originally this meal is from India, Southeast India, and we're taking some of those ingredients and incorporating into this recipe. One thing you guys will know is that there's a fairly large Indian population in Guyana. We've brought a lot of our variation to many of the recipes that are available in India back into our country here in Guyana. So I want to produce a similar video so that we can expose folks on how to make butter chicken in a West Indian sort of Guyanese method. So this is what I have so far. I have the onions chopped up. I used a whole onion, and this is it, chopped up in pretty small pieces. Then I have some green onions, or some shallot that we will call it in Guyana. So green onions, about 3 stems or so chopped up. And then what we're gonna use is we're gonna use some plain yogurt right here, plain yogurt. We're gonna use ghee to prepare the chicken. We're gonna use chili powder, red chili powder. We're gonna use some tomato paste, probably half a can tomato paste, and then we're gonna use the chicken. So we're using mostly the breast part of the chicken, so it's mostly boneless. So you can make it with different parts of the chicken, but I guess the best part will be the breast part, the boneless part of the chicken. That will give you the most flavorful taste. So how are we gonna make this? So what we're gonna do is, I already cut up the chicken, wash it, prepare it, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fry the chicken with the ghee, and after that I'm gonna take it out, and then we're gonna create the sauce for the butter chicken, and then we're gonna add the chicken in the sauce. So it's very simple, very straightforward. Anyone can do this. You don't have to have a lot of cooking experience if you're looking for a different meal to prepare for dinner tonight. This will be a quick meal as long as you have some of these ingredients. In terms of the chicken, what we're gonna do, we're gonna add some salt. I'm gonna add a little bit of seasoning, parsley and all the other stuff, all the good stuff. Marinate the chicken. I'm gonna put it in the fridge for an hour. I'm gonna take it back out, and then that's when I'm gonna fry it, and then take it out of the frying pan and then prepare the sauce. So in total, this could take about 1 hour chicken preparation and about 20 minutes of cooking time. So you're looking under 2 hours complete meal. In terms of quantity chicken, I'm using 3 pieces of breast that's cut up in like strips. So you can use as much as you want. Just adjust the recipe to match. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and marinate the chicken, and then I'm gonna start frying it with the ghee. So in terms of marination of the chicken, quite simple. We don't want to over marinate the chicken because it's gonna take away from the sauce that we're gonna cook it in. I know some people like to add green seasoning to the chicken, and that's good, but for this dish it's not really necessary. It's gonna be too overpowering for the butter chicken sauce, so you want to just add minimal seasoning to the chicken. So right now I just added 2 teaspoons of salt, and then I'm gonna add, right over here we have a spice rack, and this is just more a common spice. So I'm gonna add all-purpose seasoning, this one right here. Kinda hard to do this with one hand, but we'll give it a try. So add a little bit of all-purpose seasoning. And oh sorry. And I like to add some I like to add some basil to the chicken. Think chicken always tastes good with a little bit of basil, so I'll add a little basil or basil, and we're gonna add some cilantro. A little bit of cilantro, not too much. So that's it for the marinating of the chicken. We're gonna mix that up, let the cook in a little bit. And one thing that's different here is I'm gonna add the yogurt directly to the chicken, which will give it you'll see at the end, will give it a nice flavor. So let me just put this away for a second, and then I'll add the yogurt, mix it up, and you'll see what it looks like. Alright, so I added the plain yogurt to the chicken along with the cilantro, basil, and all-purpose seasoning. That's all mixed in with the chicken right there. So what I'm going to do, and what's different with this dish, is I'm going to put it in the fridge for an hour. I'm going to cover the top. Try to get everything in, like all the seasoning to be blended into the chicken. And after that, we'll take it out, we'll fry it, and then create the sauce for the chicken. The reason why I fry it, you just want to make sure it's partially cooked before you put in the sauce, because once in the sauce, it doesn't take that long. So we'll just let that sit there. I'm gonna add some ceramic wrap, clear ceramic wrap on the top of the container and put it in the fridge. It's looking really nice. So my friends, it's been an hour. The chicken was marinating in the fridge. That's what it looks like when I take it out of the fridge. And what I've done so far is I've opened up the can of tomato paste, and I've put in some hot oil there inside the pan. We're gonna fry the chicken. We're going to take it, once it's fried, we're gonna take it out piece by piece and put it over here to absorb the oil. And the good thing about this dish is that you cook it all in one pan. You don't need to get multiple pots. You just need one, because you're gonna reuse the same pot to make the sauce. Okay? So my pan is nice and hot, so I'm gonna take the chicken, and I don't want to grab everything because I don't want all the flavor inside here to come out. So I'm gonna take it piece by piece. I'm gonna load the fire to low. I'm gonna take it piece by piece, put it in a hot oil there, and let it fry for a bit. There we go. I'm using a long tongue because I don't want to burn my hands. So you can see the chicken there is just frying in the hot oil. I'm gonna let it fry for about 3 to 5 minutes on either side. So I don't want to put too many pieces because you want it to really evenly cook on both sides. I'm just gonna let that fry there. And once it gets a little brown, I'm gonna take it out and I'm gonna put it over in our plate over here. And then we're gonna start making the butter chicken sauce. Okay? My friends, now we're on the last stage. We're making the sauce for the butter chicken. We've already fried the butter chicken. Now I'm adding some ghee to the pan here. And the reason why we add ghee is ghee will provide a nice flavor to the sauce. And we don't want the pot too hot. I'm gonna put it on slow. And I'm adding like 3 teaspoons of ghee here. It's kind of hard to do it in one hand, but we're gonna give it a try. So that's enough. And next, what we're gonna do, we're gonna saute the onions and the shallot that we cut up here into the pan. Saute it a little bit. Add the tomato paste, add our chili powder, and add our salt, and then add our chicken and add our heavy cream. Alright, so I added half a tin of the tomato paste. I'm gonna let that mix in with the onions and the shallot. Let that mix in a little bit, and then I'm gonna add the chili powder, a little bit of spice, and then we're gonna bring in our chicken to cook with this base. And this is gonna be our sauce for the butter chicken. So just repeat, I'm using ghee here. Or clarified butter. If you don't have that, you can use regular butter. You definitely don't want to use the canola oil because that will take away from the taste. So you see guys, there's the tomato paste cooking nicely with the onions and the garlic and the green onions or shallot. You want to keep stirring it because it may tend to stick in the pot. So you want it to be nice and loose and to really marinate with the seasoning that we have inside. Again, I'm cooking with low to medium fire because this can easily start sticking. I'm going to add the chili powder next. You can add the chili powder before, or you can add it after you put the chicken. I like to add it before because I want it to get into on the chili powder effect to get into the seasoning or the sauce before the chicken gets in, because the chicken is already for the most part cooked. It's just now making the sauce. So I want to say about 3 teaspoons of chili powder. Some people tend to add like spice if you like your food really spicy, but we actually don't eat a lot of spicy food, so I'm not gonna put too much spice there. So as you can see, the tomato paste is getting a little dark. That means it's ready. So we're gonna add the chicken now to the tomato paste, and then we're gonna add some water and all that stuff. So try to do this with one hand, hopefully it doesn't fall out. There you go. Tomato paste is inside. I'm gonna mix this up inside with the chicken, like so. It's smelling real good. It gives the house a nice smell there. Actually, anything with ghee I find just gives the house a nice scent. So I find myself cooking more and more with ghee. However, the side effect with ghee is cholesterol. It is very high in cholesterol. So just make sure, use responsibly if you're using ghee. If you have a issue with cholesterol, probably not a good idea to use so much ghee. But we find ourselves using a lot of ghee for cooking. Okay, so that looks really nice right there. I'm gonna let it sit in the base there for a few minutes, and then I'm gonna put some hot water in the sauce, and then I believe we're gonna add a little bit of salt, a little bit of sugar, and we should be good to go. Alright, so I'm gonna add the water. I went ahead and boiled the water in the kettle. I'm gonna add enough to cover the chicken. So I'm gonna add that much there, as long as the chicken is submerged in the water. To the side. There we go. You can see the chicken submerged there in the water. And then what we're gonna do, we're gonna add a teaspoon of salt. and we're gonna add a teaspoon of sugar, and then we're gonna add the heavy cream, and this gives it that milky look to the chicken, and that's gonna cook with the base that we have here. So I just added a spatula full of heavy cream. And we're just gonna mix that in with the chicken so it will cook real nice and give it that butter chicken taste. Alright, pretty simple recipe, not too hard. There's different ways of making it. Like I said before, I'm no expert at butter chicken, but this is the way I've made it, and it tastes really good after. So thought I would share this with you guys and see if anyone out there want to give it a try, and let me know how it comes out. Be excited to see. You can see that nice milky look there, the butter chicken. If you've never had butter chicken before, I recommend trying some. It is super delicious. You can eat this with rice, you can eat this with naan or bread. Very flavorful, and it's not too spicy. Depends on how much spice you want. You can add that. Alright, so we're gonna cover this down and let this cook for about 20 minutes, and we should be done. Alright my friends, so 10 minutes left on the cook time, and this is what it looks so far. You can see that nice creamy milky sauce, and the chicken is marinated and cooked nicely inside of that sauce. It smells amazing, it looks amazing, and I guarantee you it will taste amazing. So like I said, you can eat this with different types of carb. You can have naan, if that is available, pita bread, rice, whatever the case may be, you can eat that with it. Nice thing about this here, it produces a lot of the gravy, which you can use to eat with your starch. So definitely recommend this version of the butter chicken if you don't have all the ingredients available. I have that ingredients in the description. Try it out, let me know what you think, and if you like this video, please share it, subscribe, as well as leave a comment below, and let me know how you guys feel about this butter chicken recipe. I'm gonna let it cook for 10 more minutes, then I'll pour it out in a container, and that way you guys can see the final product, and let me know if you guys will try this recipe out. Alright my friends, here we go. This is the final product of the butter chicken recipe that I just showed you guys how to prepare. As you guys can see, there's the creamy sauce that goes to the butter chicken. The meat is fully cooked. It's smoking right now because I just poured it in this container. But like I said, this is the Guyanese version of the butter chicken. And it's not exactly the butter chicken you will get, let's say if you're traveling in India or different parts of India. This is the version that you can make at home without requiring all those different spices and ingredients. You control a lot of the input into this recipe, so that way you can actually create your own. And this is my version of the butter chicken. I hope you guys enjoy. And if you like this video, like I said, please like and subscribe and share this video. But this is beautiful, it's tasty, it's delicious, and I'm sure you guys will completely enjoy this recipe. Alright, I hope you guys have a safe rest of the week, and we'll see you on the next video.